Go live. Hello.
We're live.
Wow, this thing is working.
Wow.
So, welcome, guys. It's our first live stream, so we're still figuring out how this works.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this.
We hope that you can hear us. I can see there is 17 people watching.
Was there a live chat?
Yeah, so let us know if you can hear us and if everything going right. If you can hear us or if there's somebody's asking. We just started. So
Whoa. So, greetings from Portugal. We have quite recently arrived in the south of Portugal. We have a new mission here.
mhm. Okay, it seems like people are can hear us. You okay?
Hey, hi Jaco. Hi Elvin. Hi Anton
Hi, Anton.
from northern Germany. Let us know where you're watching us from. It would be really fun to see where everybody is.
Yeah, to connect to our international new Earthlings. So we thought about coming live. Like this is something we thought about since we started our channel. I think almost 1 year ago. We started in January, and since then we felt like we really want to have this interaction, not just like making videos, edit it, and put it there, but actually having like people seeing us and interacting with us. So there was a wish from before, and we both felt nervous about it for so long, and now we slowly start to be more comfortable in front of the camera. So yeah, we thought about coming and saying hi and sharing about our vision for the new Earth and
Hmm.
why we are here, why we're doing this channel, what's our dream or wish for the world, and yeah, and also sharing with you. I want to read. I see some
I saw
comments.
people were saying somebody from Israel, Alona. Hey, Alona.
Ah, Andreas, not Anton. Okay, welcome,
From
Andreas.
Sweden,
We have people from
from
Israel.
Denmark.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Alona, welcome. Sweden, welcome. Yeah, everybody.
So maybe we can jump right in
Mm-hmm.
to our topic, which is what is New Earth? How do we envision the New Earth to look like? And what does it look in our own personal lives? Because we hear so much about, that we're moving towards a new Earth, we are creating a new Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we personally we don't really believe that it's gonna be this some kind of dimension shift where you just like I don't know uh, jump into another reality,
Mm-hmm.
shift realities all of a sudden, and the chosen ones who are in the right vibration get to go there, and the rest are gonna be left behind.
Yeah.
You may have heard this type of um, theories from certain sources.
Yeah, we don't subscribe to that. And our vision for the new Earth is more like something that we all can achieve, something that we can live in our daily life, starting from the way we interact with each other, our relationship, our um, interaction with each other and with Earth, with
Mm,
animals, with everything.
yeah. So the way we see it is that as we move on to a new way of coexisting, it's really about connection and realizing our interconnectedness.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the way we live nowadays, our society is pretty narcissistic.
What that means.
Well, mostly we're all concerned about, our own, I don't know, like personal goals and personal um, pleasure and wishes and desires, which is amazing, but not at the expense of the other or the
Mm-hmm.
earth or other living beings.
Yeah, like I see it in a way that we are not seeing the big picture, we're not taking others, including humans, nature, animals, and the earth as a living being, as a part of ourselves.
Hmm.
I think this is what I see, what you mean with narcissist, like attitude towards everybody. It's like I'm the center of everything, and like no real human connection with things around us, and
Yeah.
I found it very painful to see this actually. And I feel like part of our mission here on earth, like together we have this dream to see
Mm.
people around us like connecting in that deep level that we see it in our maybe
Mm.
life and like our small community. And we like our wish for the new earth is to make this blueprint that, hey guys, this is not a utopia, it's something that we are living, and we want the world to experience this, to experience that you can walk up and look at somebody's eyes and feel the connection, and have somebody around you who can hug you, who can feel you,
Mm.
who can you share the enjoyment of life, and not only the positive side but also the dark emotion that in many cases it get blocked out.
Yeah.
There's dogs coming here.
Farm dogs.
Yeah.
Another part of how we see the new earth is based on individual freedom, freedom of the individual,
Mhm.
which comes with responsibility and accountability. That we are maturing as a species, you know, and it's a certain spiritual maturity where we no longer need um, governments the way they are today to tell us what's good for us. We don't need someone else
Mhm.
above to control us, to control the world. And this requires that we step into that sense of I'm the author of my life. I take ownership of my
Mhm.
reality and the way I react to others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And my
this,
actions,
yeah, and
most of
this,
all.
yeah, and this sounds maybe difficult to achieve, but like slowly, step by step, with more integration, with more awareness and realization of who we are, we're getting closer to this like state of living or state of being. And the more we're closer, me, to it, people around me will get affected by this energy and by this vibration. They will feel the connection. I'd like actually to read the comments. Let's see who's writing us. Okay, Alona, agree with us. Thank you, Alona.
Jung is from California.
Welcome, Young.
Greetings across the globe,
Yeah,
almost.
it's really beautiful to see you guys watching us from different places.
Yeah. Okay, so other aspects that we see will be part of the new earth is co-creation.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than, you know, everybody feeling like we're out there on our own or competing against each other as if there is not enough resources or as if there is not enough space for everybody to shine in their excellence and to be, you know, unique and beautiful. um, I see that we're moving towards a space of co-creation where
Mm-hmm.
we can, you know, just simply create things together
Mm-hmm.
instead of competing against each other. We're ending the zero sum game
Yeah,
where it's no longer if I want to win, someone else has to lose,
yeah,
or if someone else wins, that means I lose.
yeah,
And part of taking each other as part of ourselves is that we can find creative ways to make sure that it's a win-win. Whatever we do will be based on the, you know, the idea that we want it to be a win-win for us as humans, but also for the planet and the other beings on this planet,
mm-hmm.
and even other interdimensional beings.
If you believe in them, and I'm curious if you do or not. Let
Yeah,
us
let us
know.
know. Let us know if you resonate with this, and also if you want to add things that you see
Mm-hmm.
are part of the new earth.
Yeah,
And it's so important, guys, that we talk about this and we envision it because we create our reality, you know, by focusing on it. So, in order for us to be able to, you know, get there, it's important that we actually, you know, envision it and we talk about the way we want things to be.
mm-hmm. Yeah. So let us know how you like your
Yeah.
reality to be. We'd love to hear how you resonate, and if you have like envisioned already a future for you, whether it's community or um, living by a partner or multiple people around you. Let us know, how do you see your reality. Hello, Frederica. Um,
Andrea said co creation. That resonates.
mhm.
Beautiful.
um, for me, it feels like this bath is is a journey. Like every step in it is kind of like enjoyment itself. Like every time I step towards this new earth, I feel there is like something beautiful shifting in my internal. It feels like a uplifting energy that's happening in me, and then it's like spreading.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but like it's really hard to describe how it feels to kind of like shift my perception of the old mentality where I grew up of competition, lack, unsafety, to create this unsafety in me. And whenever I do actually create it using inner work or shadow work, I see how this reflects in the external. And it's like really, it feels like a miracle happen around me. And it more, I see the reflection and more I trust that the process and I trust that we are heading there. I saw many
Powerful.
comments. Let's see. Do you like to read them?
Domination of women and nature right now. Yeah, that's the patriarchal society that we're living.
Mm-hmm.
We're all part of. And by the way, it's not the fault of the men. We are
Yeah.
all creating it.
I'm glad you mentioned this.
Yeah.
Um,
Plant-based living, said somebody. Yeah, we totally resonate with that, of course. In order for us to really, truly take other beings as part of ourselves, there's no way that we can continue abusing other beings the way we have been doing
mhm.
in the agriculture.
MC Therese said they live in a community in Tenzay. Where is that?
Tennessee.
And Alona said, we will all meet soon. I hope so. Soft
And by the
love.
way, something that we've been realizing lately is that it can feel so powerless, like such a, futile fight to try to convince people who are trapped in the old system, who really don't want to change.
Mhm.
And we can be using all of our energy.
Oh my god.
We
Don't
can
tell me
use-
this.
Ram can relate to this so much.
This was like one of my struggle, like in my Facebook I've been like trying to discuss with people who have like a very kind of like a trapped and limited mentality about like this is right, this is what the media told me, this is what the scientific studies showed, like blah blah blah. And I realized actually not so far, like I realized yesterday that actually what they need is not me discussing with them, because whenever I go on a discussion it just like bring back to the energy of like you need to give me a proof from my own bubble that's like this big that you are right, and then they bring something from their bubble that prove me wrong, and then this conversation goes forever because there is no willingness of seeing the other perspective. They want us to kind of like take the reality so they feel validated in them. And what actually need to happen is seeing them like, hey, I see you as a person in my life and I still connect to you despite your belief or not believing in this. And I feel like that's the most effective way. And sooner or later they will had to face the loneliness and the emotion that they like coming through them, and by you being present with them you're helping them to move to the next step. And this is what I'm realizing and I'm trying to apply in my life more and more.
Yeah. And really that we realize that it's not so effective to pour a lot of energy into trying to change people who are trapped in the old system or don't want to be changed.
Yeah.
It's so much more effective if we can focus on ourselves and creating, the new earth for ourselves.
Yeah.
And we can lead by example. And as other people see us in that,
They
we
get
will be the
inspired.
inspiration and the way showers. We will literally pave the way and create also the vibrational, the energetic path for others to follow.
Mm-hmm.
That we're showing that it's possible. And that's so much more effective use of our energy.
I love that. I remember I still fall back in the system, like I'm trying to fighting like in the keyboard, like writing comments and answering people, and Mia would
They're
just go to her
channeling
room and,
higher vibes and telling him it's
and
all love, and
yeah,
he's fighting on the
and then she will
keyboard.
write a song for Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Love letter.
We complement each other because we connect to different, energies,
Yeah.
different parts of the reality.
Yeah, let's read what your guys writing us. I'm getting a lot of comment. Let's see if we can answer. Wow. So I see Charlotte said animal without animal cruelty.
Cruelty.
Cruelty. I
Cruelty.
love that.
Hmm.
I love that. Thank you. Do you like to read the comments?
What I spoke with our colleagues, peace in our world, in our own worlds, with the people who are closest to us and within me. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, totally. Oh, I wanted to say something also about how we see the role of beliefs and religion in the new earth. Because I see that we are moving from a system of
Control.
someone outside of us having the
Mm.
answers, having even us needing beliefs or proof
Mm-hmm.
or scientific evidence even. I would even go that far
Yeah.
because we are moving to a reality where we
Mm-hmm.
are the authority of our own life and we
And
go.
it's a huge step.
Yes, it's
It's
such
a
a huge
huge step.
step. And this has to do with the personal responsibility and accountability for our
Yeah.
own experience.
And that need, like, in order to be in that space, we really need to um, train our intuition, because we all get, like, to different degree traumatized in our childhood, so we disconnect and we
Mm.
disown this internal combos where we can actually feel what's true to us. We need to retrain ourselves to feel what's right and what's not,
Yes.
and from that space we can move to find our purpose. We can move to find more alignment in life, and we can be like more efficient in the things we do, like either if it's work or study or whatever, because it's
Yes.
coming from inside out, and we'll be grounded in our experience, and we will not be shaked by the media or the even, like, even if it's scientific or religion impulse on us. We will be grounded in our being, and we will not be um, waved like a leaf in the air or something like that. Yeah.
Yes. Wow, powerful. Yeah, so it's gonna be really the true knowledge is experience, isn't it? We only know what we have lived and what we know from actually experiencing it. And this is the new spirituality, the new
Mm-hmm.
way of experiencing life. It's really one and the same. Spirituality and life, it's the same. It's simply, you know, experience and learning and growing, and we all have different perspectives, so our truths might look different, and we can, you know basically it's like
And that's the beauty
looking
of
at each
it.
other like, hey, what does the truth look like from your angle? From here
Yeah.
it looks like this, and it doesn't have to be a conflict.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we get a better picture when we see everybody's truth and their perspective.
Mm-hmm. Bring excitement what you shared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to share about our personal vision for what we want to create?
Yes, but I see a lot of comments, and I would like to answer you guys. Wow.
Don't dare to move out of my comfort zone. Oh, now you scrolled up.
Okay.
But the wish to do so gets bigger and bigger. You are helping enormously with that. We hope to inspire you guys.
Yeah, thank you. Guys, if you need, like, really to move on, there is a lot of time, there is like inner resistance in us. We really recommend you to watch our video about parts work and how to move through the resistance. We shared a lot of good stuff there. I don't know if you have watching it, Andreas. Um,
So, these are just some general kind of like values that we see are important in the new earth. And these are kind of like a general direction that we see that is going to be kind of like unfolding. But of course, the reality can look different for each person. Like perhaps there are scientists who want to work in the lab and be in these remote areas. Not everybody is going to be living in a community.
mm-hmm.
But for us, community is really what we see as part of our new earth. We want to be
Yeah.
living in an intentional community, co-creating with other people, living in harmony with nature
Yeah.
and our values.
And our vision is also to open it up for more people, not only have it blueprint. Of course, one of it is to have it blueprint so people can, uh, for example, one of the vision is to have a retreat center and educational center so people can see how we did it, how we applied it, and then they can copy it or create their own version from what we build it based on. And part of our base will be based on other community and what they learn, and this is why we are traveling, for example, now in Portugal and visiting communities. And also, by the way, if you know any community that's conscious and in alignment with the New Earth vision, let us know in the comment and we'll check it out. We
Mm.
appreciate your support in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another important part for us is to be able to grow our own food, because we don't see that the way um, this functions currently in society is sustainable. It's not. We cannot be, importing food from all across the world, and the way things are, flown all over the across the world just to be packaged and then sent back again. It's ridiculous.
Hmm.
And we believe that, not, okay, I don't even want to say believe, that we see that it's necessary that we create sort of these microeconomies where we can, grow most of our own food, that we can generate our own electricity,
Hmm.
we can have drinkable water, we can maybe have our own schooling system. This is one of my big dreams. Like 10 years
Yeah.
from now, I want to be co-creating a new school system for our kids and for the kids
Let's
of the community.
let's hold me accountable for this.
Yeah, uh, I see so much wrong with the current education system.
Yeah, me
I don't
too.
even know where to start. I will
Yeah.
just do like a 2-hour rant about it if I
Yeah.
start. So I
I
don't
myself
even.
work as a teacher for almost 2 years, and I like since then I was like, this is so wrong. Like I so want to teach students what they really need in life and not just what's in the script. Although my teaching was like in like IT stuff and it was helpful, but I was like really I want to give them what they're asking for and not what they have to learn. And I want to really to apply this to our new vision
Mm.
of schooling where children and student they can actually go for what they really want and not what just somebody think it's important for them, because here's where like the really spark come in.
Yes.
And yeah.
Oh, and this point ties so well into one of the key values that I see is that um, encouraging and allowing human potential to flourish
Hmm.
in unique way in each individual. And this is not the case in society right now. The school system does not encourage us to, unfold in our excellence and to go
Hmm.
in the direction of what we're actually good at and interested in and passionate about. We are judging, someone said it so well, we're judging fish on their ability to climb trees.
Yeah.
So, like, a big part of what I see is part of the community is that we help each other to explore our essence and our excellence and encourage each other to shine in that and to step more and more into that so that we can actually contribute. And we allow children from very early on to, tap into their potential and their curiosity and give them the means to go into that direction.
Hmm. And we saw some communities they actually have like a school system, and we felt really inspired by them. Like one of them, Champalapamba in Ecuador, and
Mm.
it's really beautiful to see students are really freely moving and
Yeah.
learning skills and things that's really important to them. And recently also I read a book I really recommend you for you guys called Humankind, which actually changed my perspective about what we learn in psychology and what we learn into like our school system. That basically there's a lot of education about that us as a human are selfish being. Like they made me believe, and I'm sure that many of us believed, if human would let without a law, they would just like eat each other. And this book is just go to every study that was proven this false reality, and they found like holes in it and why it was misrepresented. They actually study the whole history of psychology. I really recommend you this book, and it gave my mind, because my soul and my spirit know that we are good as a human. We are like loving being, we are conscious being, we are kind being in our essence. But my mind was very convinced with all the war that I experienced, all the bit negative experience I experienced in humanity. I was convinced that this is the essence of others, that we are selfish, that we are bad, that we are egoistic, and we need to be controlled. And this book was really challenging everything. So it put somehow the intellectual part of Ram and in alignment with my internal feeling about life and
Mm.
the world. So I really recommend that.
Beautiful. So, how how to get towards this new earth? How can we, make that shift and make it
Hmm.
happen? It sounds like such a massive task for an average human being, like, okay, so what can I do? How can I create this? And first of all, because we see that it's going to be all about interconnectedness, I see that we need to practice connection through relationships.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you can
Human
read some
beings
of
are
the
tribal
comments.
social creatures. Yes,
I
that's
agree.
what Mac Trees is saying. Yeah,
I'm gonna bring some light because it's getting dark here. Is it
thank
too
you.
much for
It's
your
good.
face?
It's good. Yeah, so if we want to move into towards a way of living where we really take each other as part of ourselves and we co-create and perhaps live in communities, we really need to learn how to, first of all, be with other people, how to be in
Mm-hmm.
relationships.
Yeah, that's really the topic. And somebody was asking us how to stop comparing. By the way, we're getting eaten by mosquitoes here, and maybe we are challenged how to take them as part of ourselves here.
Not squash them.
It's a really big challenge, guys. Okay, so I find it a bit difficult to read all the comments. How to stop comparing? How we can stop comparing? I think it come intuitively. It come from me that it's normal that our mind will keep comparing. Like to stop the mind from doing its work, it might not help so well. But how we make comparing works is by seeing our uniqueness. And if I see my uniqueness, I can still compare my uniqueness to somebody else's uniqueness and feel good about it. I think the pain of comparison is come from low self-image or low self-esteem in us, and not feeling not good enough. And this is, of course, part of our trauma
And not
when we are
seeing
not.
our own uniqueness, how we are,
Yeah,
excellent.
exactly.
And it's totally okay to be better at something than someone else. That's
Mm-hmm.
just a truth of things. Like
Yeah,
some people are amazing at music and some others are not. And maybe
yeah.
they are amazing at science or math or something. And that's
Yeah,
totally okay that
it
we have
helps so
different
much.
skills.
It helps so much to discover your own excellent, and from there you can see like, yeah, I'm actually better than others, and they are better than me in different criteria. Like for example, Mia is way better than me than in singing and playing music, and she can't beat me with technical stuff. So
No.
we so we complete each other, and this is how, yeah, it can be for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah,
Thank you
so
for a question.
so how to evolve towards this new way of relating? We really see that it's essential that we
I want to
start. Sorry.
Yeah, I just want to say hi to people who joined us recently. Peter is saying hi, and Elvin was before. Hi, Elvin again. Everybody has divine gift. Thank you, Gabriel.
I have rap songs I made about intentional
Wow,
communities and how they can solve problems on my
I
channel.
love it.
Wow, I want to
Can
check
you
that out
post it
later.
here? Can you post it in the comments so we
That's
can
so
see it?
cool. Awesome.
What do you want to share next point?
Yeah, so how to create this new earth reality, because it can sound a bit daunting, like to create all of that, like how does that even happen? The way we see it is that we never can really just go and start changing the external without changing the internal first, because the external is simply a reflection of our vibration, of our thoughts, of where we are at internally. And this means that the way to get there is to first get to that place internally where we feel that we are ready to collaborate, that we feel safe, where we feel abundant, or where we feel connected to ourselves. And once we are connected to ourselves, we are ready to manifest through connection with others.
Well said. Gabriel, I'm sorry I didn't manage to read your email, but I'm gonna share it in the next video. Check it out and share it in the next video when we talk about community more.
First human need is love and connection with other human beings, absolutely. What was the question there? Do you see any priority of these? And the first human need is knowing our essential self.
I'm getting quite distracted with the mosquito, guys. Oh my god. Would
Yeah,
you like to
so
answer that?
a priority of between needing love and connection versus knowing our true essence. Is that the question? Our essential self. Well, I do think that the very first need we have as little children and babies is human connection in the 3D.
Mm-hmm.
We might say that as we evolve or as we feel, as we become more aware of ourselves, then perhaps the need to know ourselves, our essence, starts to become more and more important, and even the connection to others might, the need for that might diminish because we have that connection to the eternal self and our essence. But I do actually think that when we are born, the very first thing we need to experience is that connection and love.
And when that is not fulfilled in our childhood, it's not the end of the game, because we can always reparent our inner children and give them this missing love also.
Yeah. Are there more questions, guys?
I think there is
Like
a
we've been
lot of
talking a
questions.
lot.
There is a lot of questions that you need to go clear back. Good experience.
The most important book this year for me is Healing Relationships by Gopal Norbert Klein.
I heard of this book, but I haven't read it yet. So
Trauma heals through connection, absolutely. We do
yeah.
a lot of trauma healing work on ourselves and on clients, a lot of shadow work, to look at those parts of ourselves that are not yet integrated, that are still experiencing strong emotions,
Mm-hmm.
so that we can get into a place of internal peace and feeling connected to ourselves, feeling safe within. And from that place, we are able to contribute truly and, create those new realities.
Alexis is asking what's our true nature.
As humans,
Mm-hmm.
there are many ways you could answer that.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that we have only one true nature. Like, I feel our nature is to discover the mystery of who we are and expansion. I feel like our drive is expansion and our essence is love. Like, if I would go to philosophy, I would just put it in this sentence. And in between or in this movement, there is a lot of things to become aware of and discover. So it could, during the journey, there could be like anger, it could be like even negative emotion coming up, and like seeing it as part of ourselves. Like, for those of you who know non-duality, like everything is part of us, and to integrate those parts who were um, rejected before in our childhood or in our society, to integrate them and to see that the good and the evil is part of us, is like important part of our journey, and also ju- juicy part of our journey, because that will give us like more uh, yeah, like more experience and more adventure.
Yes, beautiful. And I also would like to answer from a different point of view, that I see us as multidimensional beings
Oh,
who are having a human experience, that
I
we
love that.
are our bodies,
Mm-hmm.
and at the same time we are interdimensional beings. Many of us are cosmic beings.
Mm-hmm.
Many of us have lived lifetimes on other planets, and we have that origin, within us, within our unconscious memories, let's say, that we could access.
Just let's have some light here. It's too bright for us, huh?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, maybe we
May-
can check the comments section and see. I see a lot of comments. I find it difficult to read it on the phone. Next time we're gonna use our laptop. Economically, we need income for all. Example book by here-
I read Change Here Now about community. It's so great, guys, that you're posting all these.
yeah,
Rec-
we're gonna keep the video. We're gonna save it, and you have access to all this amazing
yes.
input. Thank you so much for sharing all of your wisdom and your book and your suggesting with us. I'm gonna also go back and read all the comments. So if you still have question, I'm gonna answer it after the stream with Mia.
Mm.
So don't hesitate to post it. Like if we couldn't manage to read it all,
Mm.
we will go through it and read it all.
Yes.
I promise I'm gonna read it all. How we can move forward
This.
despite the pain caused by harsh reaction towards us.
Mm.
Can you be more specified, maybe, Sylvia? So I can.
Maybe what I am guessing is that moving towards the new earth, when people around us are not resonating and are perhaps rejecting us, ridiculing us as we try to, as we talk about, unity or new ways of living, and if we maybe have family, friends, colleagues who don't support us.
Hmm. I would say it's so important to know that there is people around us and available in our surrounding that they are ready to connect to us. Just the knowing that those people exist will give us a lot of relief.
Hmm.
And it could be like different, like I would suggest that first we need to deal like why we are attracting those people to our life, what they are here to teach us or to reflect to us. So that's like an
Hmm.
important step. And from here, if you see why you're manifesting this person in your external and release this internal attachment to the input that this person is giving you, then you will open space for yourself to first release this person from external or give it chance that he or she will change his interaction with you.
Hmm.
And if this person is not in alignment for change, that will kind of like kick him out of your reality, and you will
Mm-hmm.
manifest a better fitting person to your new perspective because the things that inside you has changed. And we have experienced this so much in our life and so much
Mm.
in our healing journey. And this is why we are so passionate about the work we do with integration and doing like a inner work, like using techniques like
Mm.
completion process or internal family system or other inner child work method that we use in our healing session. And we found almost everybody who have experienced this kind of healing had shifted something in his or her external.
Mm.
And I would really recommend that to you all guys.
Yeah. By the way, we are doing group healing session next week on Saturday, and you are all warmly invited to join.
Yeah,
It's a very affordable price. We have lowered the price to make it, accessible for everybody.
yeah,
And we can post a link maybe in the comments after the live stream,
yes, we will.
or go to ramalsaman.com.
Yeah, it's an amazing experience. We have this group session. It's a safe container where you can come and connect with like-minded people. Um, Now it feels like somehow strange because I feel like I'm talking to the screen, but in the group healing, we will all have our Zoom and camera so we can interact with each other, and we will do a group healing together. Mia channel, there is a son of the group, which we're gonna still do it now for the group,
Mm.
and yeah, so it's a chance for healing and interaction with each other. So check it out.
Yeah,
Do you feel like
maybe.
going to the other part and channeling?
Yes, maybe we can move on to the channeling part. So, how this works is that I will tap into the higher universal perspective and channel for you guys, for this group that is currently watching us, what you need to hear in terms of moving towards your new earth,
Mm-hmm.
your, um, reality that is an alignment for you, for your soul purpose, and for your well being and growth. So I will tap into that. I will take a moment and I will start channeling. And you can also ask questions in the comments, and Ram can keep an eye on that.
I'll try my best.
Okay.
Okay. We get literally eaten by mosquito here.
Hmm. I get that there is a topic around sadness and grief. It feels like a sadness of acknowledging what we did not have. Because a lot of us, we hold an illusion of, we hold on to the illusion that we had a good childhood, that things are not that bad, that our government has our best interest. So there is a necessity to dealing with the grief that comes up when we acknowledge that that was not the case.
Mm-hmm.
To differing degrees with different people, of course. Depends of your family. But even, honestly, even with the best well-meaning parents, we cannot avoid trauma.
Yeah.
So it's really a lot about seeing reality for what it is at the moment right now and allowing ourselves to feel the loss in that, the grief of the separation, really. Because only as we acknowledge that, we will be free from it to create something new. We cannot change our reality until we see it for what it is and we are ready to let go of it. So really, I would say to all of you to recognize and acknowledge the feelings that the current world situation is bringing up in you. And it could be even things like that maybe your parents were not emotionally present. Maybe they didn't know how to, mirror your awareness that you had. Maybe it's that the school system felt abusive and we were powerless to choose, to make choices that right now we might feel powerless and feel sadness about. Really the separation and ignorance
Yeah.
in the world.
And let us know in the comment if you resonate with this message that Mia is channeling, and if you have like any question about it. And I see questions about different topic. I will check them out later. But if you have question about the channeling and what you received from Mia,
If you have any question that I can help you with.
Anton or Andreas resonate and said he's feeling sad right now. Gabriel, when you're in alignment with the divine truth, it will reveal itself around you.
Mm.
Thank you, Anton.
Yes, it's like a lot of us, we have experienced a lot of gaslighting and from our environment that made us think that everything is fine, everything is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Don't complain. And made us numb, that told us that our environment taught us to not feel. So we need to reclaim our internal truth of what we really feel. And there might be a lot of anger, a lot of rage, and it's okay to acknowledge that. It doesn't make us less spiritual to acknowledge our anger.
Mm-hmm. We're getting some questions. Lo is saying it feels that the grief is endless. This is actually what we like when we are in the grief. It feels the process is endless and it feels like it's gonna consume us, that it's gonna suck us like a black hole. And the truth is, when you go to this grief and contain it, it feels like very heartwarming experience to see that you can give compassion to it. And when you're in this space of giving compassion to the grief, it feels that the compassion is endless, and it's like containing the grief, and the tears that you cry from that experience is so beautiful and so heartwarming. And I really recommend you, if you can reach that on yourself, to reach out for help for somebody who's capable to hold space for you, whether it is a friend or a therapist or a practitioner or a healer, or of course you can reach to us.
Yeah, I can resonate with that feeling that the grief is endless because there's just so much to grieve.
Mm.
And sometimes it's lifetimes of grief.
Yeah.
And at the same time, the grief doesn't have to swallow us. It's like the way I experience it, it's like this field. When I allow it, it's just this field around me that hugs me while I'm in it.
Mm.
And ironically, in order to be with it unconditionally, we need to allow it to take forever.
Yeah,
And when we
that's the
allow it to
key.
take forever,
It
it
doesn't take
will
forever.
it doesn't take forever.
Um, Charlotte is saying, yes, the school system feeling forceful. I totally agree with you. Like the school system, especially in our age, like people who in our age now. I don't know how it is exactly, but I'm sure it's still forceful, and this is why we are here to change it.
Yeah.
Also, parents who are,
Create a new one, really.
yeah, go to. Somebody is asking you if you are oracle. Oracle.
I don't know what that means.
Me neither. I'm sure that Mia is a Pleiadian for sure. I have saw her Pleiadian nature so many times. Um, MC Therese one is saying go to Woof and find an IC or organic farm. We're still discussing about the farming, and I would really recommend you to do it as a group buy. And there is a community, for example, Fruit Heaven. They do this group buy where you pay certain, like a few amount of money, and you can own land and be owner of this land, or you can just volunteer with somebody's land, and that's available in many situations. Um, I find it now more difficult to read. Pampoya is saying, I resonate so much with what Mia is channeling. My awareness was never mirrored in my childhood. All these days, I woke up late, plugged in grief and sadness. I feel for you, and I feel like it's so important for you to feel that you're not alone in this. And I know so many people, from friends, from clients, from people around me who have this experience they woke up with and feeling those emotions and this grief. There is a friend here coming to say hi. It's a
It's a
cat,
cat.
and I have a cat allergy. So I'm gonna kick her out with compassion. Can you take her out?
Hmm.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to expand on that, our awareness not having been mirrored, because many of you might not actually realize that this was the case for you.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of you, if you are, resonating with the idea of creating a new earth, if you are feeling, perhaps you're not buying into the what's happening in the world right now, and you are on a spiritual path, it's very likely that you were a highly aware being
Mm-hmm.
compared to your family, to your surroundings,
Yeah,
to the people in your childhood.
yeah,
And not having been able to be received and acknowledged and mirrored in that awareness, it feels lonely. It is lonely.
yeah,
And then often we disconnect from that aware or that eternal, more expanded part of ourselves in order to feel belonging and feel some kind of connection
mm-hmm.
with our family.
Yeah. I, we made a video about it. Do you remember what's called? Um,
uh Shine in your light,
yeah,
something like, no, stop hiding your light,
yeah. Stop
something like
hiding
this.
your light. Really highly recommended this one because we talk in details about this process and what you need to do.
Mm.
Okay, there's more comments. I so love, guys, that you're interacting. It's so much fun. Um, okay, somebody is saying I resonate with. Oh yeah, I read this comment. Uh, Andrea saying that he made a big shift from anger to grief.
Mm.
Thanks to my inner work, everything is different now. I'm glad for you that you had this experience, Andreas. Um, Grief emotion is massive in being in with human part. My life too. Yeah.
Grief can feel really overpowering and massive and endless, but really, as you start allowing it, it is your doorway to a deep connection with yourself, your doorway to feeling home within yourself. and to really starting to follow your purpose in this life, it's so essential that we allow the grieving process to take place because it's part of integration.
Hmm. Sylvia is asking us a really important and good question. She's saying, do you guys ever feel depressed sometimes, even if you're empowered being? I have the feeling that no matter how much inner work I do, this feeling keeps coming back. I so want, like, guys, we know so many people doing this healing work and spiritual teachers, and like nobody is immune to this. Like, this is something in our human nature, and there's so many teacher, they try to represent this enlightened being where they never get like negative emotion or sense, but it's not true. Every person I know in life, even like a non-spiritual teacher, they also have this time where they go internal, maybe depressed. Myself, I have experienced depression for almost a year before I start, which I call it like the dark night of the soul, which I really start to go into my shadow. And right now I'm most of my time in like happy vibes and good vibes, but I still come back sometime
Mm.
between time to time to this
Yeah.
feeling of like nothingness or depression, and it's very normal. And it's so important what you do in this case, like how you treat yourself. Like, do you reject this depression, do you reject the sadness, or do you embrace it? And I know all the time when I learned how to embrace it, and when I really learned how to be present with myself, it dissipates. And it's also more powerful if you have a friend or if you have somebody around you in your circle where they can hold space for your depression. And quite often there is sadness, there is hurt, there is grief, there is anger, maybe suppressed anger, and maybe hopelessness. And when you really sit with those emotions mixed, it will all evolve and you will feel way better afterwards. So I highly
Yeah.
recommend you doing
And I
that.
want to also add to this that for the women out there, it is likely that when you get closer towards your period, or even on your period, that more of those emotions of depression, apathy come up. And it's essential that we take space and time for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes when I'm the day before my period, for example, I might lay in bed almost the entire day. I might feel apathetic, and then I just allow myself to lay in bed and write stuff. And when I don't resist the apathy, there is way less, suddenly there is not even suffering around it. It's just another mood. It's just another,
Yeah,
space somehow, if that makes sense.
yeah.
I don't make myself wrong for it. Well, I'm
Mm-hmm.
still working on that, but it really helps when we don't make ourselves wrong for feeling those, apathetic
Mm-hmm.
feelings or having those days.
Charlotte is saying, I love that video. Thank you, Charlotte. I really recommend this video for you all, guys. Go and watch it next. Uh,
Okay, I feel like coming out of the channeling part.
mhm. I like that you're interacting with each other. Maybe you can like connect also, guys, to your to each other through here or somewhere else, and like build a community and stay connected. I would love to see you connecting.
Mac Trees is saying we do NVC nonviolent communication workshops at the Garden Eco Village in Tennessee.
Amazing.
Yeah, we love using NVC
Yeah.
as a kind of like a framework for how to
Hmm.
express ourselves.
Yeah, we really recommend you for you guys to learn more, and there is a lot of free materials
Mm.
out there. We did actually a video about NVC, how to talk with racists using NVC, and I gave like an harsh example of my life. So you can also check it out.
Yeah. Gabrielle is saying these feelings and states, such as depression, are in the collective also. We are helping to change that.
I love
That's so
that.
true.
Yeah, I love that. You're
Yes.
tuning to the collective, and when you elevate this feeling in you, it will elevate in the collective, and it's
Yes.
that's so important. I know many of you are light worker and doing that, so shout out for all.
Transmuting, the lower vibrational energies by
Yeah,
going through it, shedding the light of your consciousness and awareness onto them.
yeah,
And really, shadow work is really a form of light work, actually. It's
yeah.
bringing the light of your consciousness into the shadows.
Um, Jonathan is asking, Rage means not being in alignment, but anger
Can be
can be
in
can be.
alignment. Do you agree?
I think both of them, like what alignment means. I won't judge the rage not to be in alignment. I would say like it depends how you see it and how you. Um, it's tricky because like what's in alignment for us, like what it means to be in alignment. Like we can be, and maybe like how we understand rage and anger. So maybe it's a tricky topic to answer it in a
Well,
short.
I think if we develop rage, oftentimes we have not been in alignment because we have allowed something and maybe suppressed the initial anger that we felt, the slightest anger, and it develops into rage, perhaps because we were not in alignment. But then allowing the rage
Hmm.
is more in alignment than continuing to suppress it.
That makes sense.
So
Yeah.
if you feel rage, it's more in alignment to allow it, you
Hmm.
know, to be in the now. And if there are emotions in the now, let it be there, let it come up.
Welcome them.
Yeah.
Okay, so it seems we are getting to an end.
Yes.
Wanna save some blood because the mosquito did a great
We're
job with
getting
us.
sucked dry.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for joining. I
yeah,
feel really happy that you were all here, and I feel your presence. I feel very like electric almost from
yeah,
all the consciousness in this call.
yeah. And for friends who haven't get chance to watch the live stream and they watch it as a reply, I also believe that this channeling might apply to you. Like if you
Mm,
feel called to reach that point in the video,
totally.
that means like this is something that can apply to you. And I thank you all guys for being with us. I wish you an amazing time, and if you
Mm.
resonate with what we share, please feel free to share this video in your circle and your groups, and wherever there's people who might benefit from this channeling, from
Yes.
this knowledge. And
And join us next week in our workshop. We would love to see you there.
yeah, so conscious manifestor group healing session, and we would love to see you and continue the journey with you.
All right. Thank
Yeah.
you so much,
and
beautiful beings.
And also, if you like us to talk about specific topic, write us in the comment below, and we will make video. We'd love actually to make more video according to your request, because it feels like more personal. Like if you can suggest us, like if there is something present in you, and we see like what most of our community here in YouTube wanting us to talk about, and then we can address it. So let us know, and yeah, hopefully we see you in the workshop next week. Okay,
Much love, guys.
ciao.
Mwah.
Okay, how I
How do
can.
we end it?
Okay, somebody need to tell me how to end it. Okay,
Maybe just click there.
okay. I hope that doesn't delete everything. Okay, I click here. Are you sure you want to stop streaming?
Yes.
Yes. Ciao.